The reason why we see today so much bad recycling is pretty simple. It's because it's much cheaper than good recycling. This is visualized nicely in a 2018 report from the United Nations University and ERA, the European Electronic Recyclers Association. There are principally 4 cost levels in recycling. Number 1 are basic operational costs, comprising costs for manpower, for driving the machines, and so on. Number 2 are operational costs related to quality and service. Number 3, office and administrative costs, including overhead. And finally, there are capital costs. On the long run, the plant can only be successful if all 4 cost levels are covered. Let's take now a concrete example of flat panel displays as shown in that report. The right-hand graphic indicates the total costs of treating flat panel displays, which in this case is 157 euros per ton. Out of this, 82 euros are for the direct treatment, 4 euros for the disposal of non-hazardous materials, 35 euros for depollution, so removing hazardous materials, 9 euros for the disposal of these hazardous materials, and 27 euros for overall compliance of the process. The upper block, so compliance, disposal and depollution of hazardous materials, accounts for almost half of the total operational costs. So a non-compliant recycler who is not reporting about his process, who is not having any real audits at his plant, and who is avoiding depollution and proper waste disposal can save significant costs. This is why we have today a significant unlevel playing field for compliant, high-quality recyclers. And exactly this is what needs to be addressed by legislation and its enforcement. What we need are clear and ideally mandatory standards for treatment of complex metal-containing wastes, especially for end-of-life electronic devices, in order to prevent such non-compliant operations. So, coming to the conclusion. Successful recycling means much more than just economics. There are a number of prerequisites from a recycling perspective. It starts with the technical recyclability of a product or a component as basic requirements. What we need are processes which can cope with a very specific material mix. Secondly, the relevant component must be accessible, and this is directly linked to product design. To recycle, for example, a battery from a smartphone, the battery needs to be removable. The third prerequisite is economic viability. And this can be created intrinsically, think about the metal value of a gold ring, but it also can be externally created, for example, by a deposit system. An example for this is recycling of beverage cans in Germany. The material value itself would not be sufficient to make consumers return their old cans, but the deposit system does. On the example of a smartphone, we have seen that even for a product with a high value density, comprehensive collection to accumulate a critical mass is crucial to make recycling viable. To achieve such a comprehensive collection, more transparency about end-of-life product flows is needed to avoid that products disappear to dubious or questionable destinations. However, a comprehensive collection is not enough. We have to secure that after collection the products are channeled into state-of-the-art, high-quality recycling processes. And finally, what we need is an optimal technical organizational setup of the recycling chain. This can be nicely visualized in this onion graphic. As engineers and chemists, we tend to look first from the material and technology perspective. So starting with appropriate metallurgy for recycling, mechanical processing, collection, logistics, cost and revenues, and so on. But to be successful in recycling, we also have to look at the same time from the product perspective. And this starts with product design and business models, with consumer behavior, and then of course again with costs and revenues and collection and logistics and so on. Only if we consider both perspectives, we can really close a material loop in an economical, viable way.